Good day, everyone. Today, we continue our exploration of technological change, but with a significant shift in perspective, moving beyond viewing technology as merely a tool or a system, and instead examining it as a transformative social and economic force. In this session, we'll delve into the critical role multinational corporations, MNCs, play in fostering economic catch up, particularly in developing economies, and explore how societal dynamics and human behavior shape the adoption and diffusion of technological innovation. Let's begin by discussing the pivotal role of MNCs in enabling countries, especially those in the global south, to accelerate their economic development and close the gap with more advanced economies. Often described as engines of globalization, MNCs are not just conduits for moving products or financial capital across borders. They are also powerful vehicles for transferring technology, knowledge, and expertise to host nations. This transfer occurs through several mechanisms, including foreign direct investment, FDI, joint ventures with local firms, licensing agreements, and supplier development programs that integrate local businesses into global value chains. Consider, for example, the impact of an MNC establishing a manufacturing facility in countries like Malaysia or Vietnam. The benefits extend far beyond the production of goods. Along with the physical infrastructure, the MNC introduces sophisticated process know-how, advanced management systems, rigorous quality standards, and comprehensive training programs for local workers. Local suppliers are often required to meet stringent global benchmarks, forcing them to upgrade their capabilities and adopt best practices. This process creates what economists call a spillover effect, where the knowledge and skills disseminated by the MNC gradually permeate the broader economy. Over time, these spillovers contribute to higher productivity, enhanced competitiveness, and sustainable economic growth within the host country. However, the process of economic catch-up is far from automatic or guaranteed. It hinges on a critical factor known as absorptive capacity, the ability of local firms, institutions, and individuals to learn, adapt, and internalize the knowledge and technologies being transferred. Absorptive capacity depends on several elements, including the level of education and skill within the workforce, the strength of domestic institutions, and the presence of supportive government policies. For instance, governments can play an instrumental role by investing in infrastructure, fostering R&D collaborations between MNCs and local universities, and creating policy frameworks that incentivize innovation and capacity building. Without such interventions, the benefits of MNC activity may remain limited to isolated enclaves rather than spreading throughout the economy. Now, let us shift our focus to a deeper understanding of technological change as a fundamentally social process. Too often, we fall into the trap of perceiving technology as something purely technical, a new invention emerging from a lab, ready to be deployed in the market. In reality, technology evolves within complex social systems. It is created by people, adopted by people, and ultimately shaped by the diverse ways in which people choose to use it. This social process unfolds in three interconnected stages: invention, innovation, and diffusion. The first stage, invention, involves the initial development of a novel idea, method, or tool, often rooted in scientific or technical research. At this stage, the invention may exist only as a prototype or concept without any immediate application. The second stage, innovation, occurs when that invention is successfully commercialized or applied to solve a real-world problem. It is at this point that value is created, turning a theoretical breakthrough into a practical solution. Finally, diffusion refers to the process by which the innovation spreads across organizations, industries, or society at large. Diffusion is what transforms a single smart idea into a global phenomenon. To better understand how diffusion works, we turn to Everett Rogers' influential diffusion of innovations theory. Rogers proposed that the adoption of innovation follows a predictable pattern resembling a bell curve, with individuals in society falling into 5 distinct categories based on their willingness to embrace new ideas. 1. Innovators. These are the trailblazers, the first to experiment with new ideas, often driven by curiosity and a willingness to take risks. 2. Early adopters, opinion leaders within their communities who influence others by recognizing the potential of innovations early on. 3. Early majority, more cautious and pragmatic. This group adopts innovations after observing their success among early adopters. 4. Late majority, skeptical and risk-averse. They require clear evidence of an innovation's value before embracing it. 5. Laggards, resistant to change. This group is the last to adopt, often clinging to traditional methods. Rogers also identified key factors that influence the speed and extent of adoption. Relative advantage. Is the new technology demonstrably better than existing alternatives? Compatibility. Does it align with users' values, needs, and existing practices? Complexity. Is it easy to understand and use? Trialability. Can users experiment with it on a small scale before committing fully? Observability. Are the benefits of the innovation visible to others, encouraging wider adoption? Building on Roger's work, Fred Davis developed the Technology Acceptance Model, or TAM, which focuses on two primary factors that determine whether individuals will accept or reject a new technology. One, perceived usefulness. Does the user believe the technology will enhance their performance or make their life easier? Two, perceived ease of use. Is the technology intuitive and user-friendly, or does it require significant effort to learn? For example, consider an employee introduced to a new HR software system. If they perceive the system as cumbersome and doubt its ability to save time, they are unlikely to adopt it, regardless of managerial encouragement. Conversely, if the system is intuitive and clearly streamlines tasks, adoption becomes far more likely. To broaden our understanding, we turn to the theory of reasoned action, TRA, which examines how attitudes and social norms drive behavioral intentions. According to TRA, an individual's behavior is influenced by attitude toward the behavior. For instance, I believe using this app will benefit me. Subjective norms. For example, my colleagues think I should use this app and I value their opinion. Recognizing the strengths and limitations of these models, researchers later developed the Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology, UTAUT. UTAUT identifies four key determinants of user acceptance. One, performance expectancy, the belief that using the technology will lead to tangible benefits such as improved job performance. 2, the effort expectancy, the perceived ease of use. 3, social influence, the extent to which others encourage or expect the individual to use the technology. 4, facilitating conditions, the availability of resources and infrastructure to support its use. Additionally, UTAUT incorporates moderating factors such as age, gender, experience, and voluntariness of use, recognizing that different user groups may respond to technology in varied ways. For instance, a government launching an online platform for renewing business licenses might observe the following dynamics. Younger users, accustomed to digital tools, may adopt it quickly. The older users may hesitate due to unfamiliarity with technology. Adoption rates could increase if respected business associations endorse the platform. Poor internet access in rural areas could hinder uptake, highlighting the importance of facilitating conditions. In conclusion, technological change is far more than a matter of hardware or software. It is a deeply human process shaped by how people perceive, respond to, and adopt innovation. It is influenced by the institutions, universities, multinational corporations, and governments that guide the pace and direction of change. And it is embedded in the fabric of society, shaped by the values, networks, and norms that determine whether a new technology becomes a transformative success or fades into obscurity. As leaders in innovation, our task extends beyond designing brilliant solutions. We must also navigate the complex social ecosystems in which these solutions operate, ensuring they are communicated effectively, adopted widely, and integrated seamlessly into the lives of diverse communities. Thank you for your attention. And in our next session, we will explore national innovation systems, the intricate web of institutions, actors, and policies that underpin a nation's capacity to innovate and compete on the global stage.